सबसे प्यारा देश हमारा है, जन्मभूमि है हमारी, शान से कहेंगे हम, सब ही तो भाई भाई प्यार से रहेंगे हम, हिंदुस्तानी नाम हमारा है, सबसे प्यारा देश हमारा है।
I would advocate more of a society with a little expanded vision where you have about 40 to 50 villages and there is a city. So whether it would be possible for Indian farmers to transform their mentality into cooperativization, the way it happened with Amul or for milk production, where the resources, whether it is land, water, the minerals, the forests and the biodiversities, all these should be in the hands of the people. They should not be taken over by a small, whether they are big corporates or small corporates. Today what's happening, everything is getting corporatized and large acres, thousands of acres are being given in a platter to big corporates. Now this can create a society like the Western society, American society, the Western European society, which we are aping. Is this the vision that we want for India? Or can we have the vision of Gandhi coming back in where people manage these resources, they are people's resources, so that everybody benefits from these resources? How is it possible to link Gandhian vision of rural development with urban development is one of the biggest challenges that we face in India today. Thank you.
Thank you. From what we read about Mahatma Gandhi ji, it is felt that, as Dr. Rita Noronha told, he believed in small is beautiful. Each village should be self-sustainable and self-sufficient. That was his vision. Development at the micro level would contribute to the growth in the macro level. India lived in her villages and still India lives in her villages, but in a different environment. The environment has changed. When we got independence, the two main contributory factors for the GDP were agriculture and industry. Agriculture was having the majority share of it and followed by industry. Today, after 66 years of independence, we have a third sector coming up contributing to the GDP, that is the service sector. Today the task before us is that we should make the agriculture and agrarian lands as an economically viable projects. And for that, as you rightly said, the cooperative movement is the correct answer. One aspect which I feel for the growth of rural economy is the encouragement to the cottage industries. Today, agriculture on all other areas we have seen, but the cottage industries in our country have not grown to the expected level. For that, the basic necessity is the basic infrastructure. Power, water, and some space. Fine. Can we provide this power, water and space to the rural population so that the cottage industries can come up?
70% of the population live in the villages. As long as we do not have the benefit of the development to the villages, we cannot say we are a developed nation. India's problem can be solved first by land use. Land use means the maximum use of the land, how best we can have, because We have got a natural resources here. Rain is good, and water resources are good, soils are cultivable. So agriculture can be a major part of land use, number one. And agriculture should be further encouraged in whatever level we can do, perhaps with the cooperative method, what you said now, or in some other methods where you find cooperation and being together all can work better. The second one, very important thing we find is equity participation in rural areas. And the third thing what I feel is where the institutionalized support by the government and the corporate sector, how best they can assist in promoting the development of the villages. These three things put together. One is the land use, whichever is there. First is primary for agriculture. Secondly, for any development institution like schools, colleges, whatever you can do there, health centers, all these things you can develop in that area, provided you don't disturb the environment as such. The ecological imbalance should be always protected there. Then the second one is equity. How best we can bring equity there? We have got liberalization. Of last 91 onwards, we liberalized the economy and developed. But where it developed, it never touched the rural area. So whether we can think of a rural liberalization, where we can have a rural liberation as such, where it could be liberated for development. We have China as a model, which has become a power now. And about 30 to 40 years back, China was a non-entity. It's a communist world, unseen, and people never bothered about that. Today, nobody can ignore China. But the real factor what you find is they have made use of the Chinese population as an asset. So this particular thing also we could think of, because we have got a very large population in India as a resource for development. As he has said correctly, that we should have these cottage industries or micro industries where we can get more employment and also productivity to the region as such.